Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Spin Fishing series. Today, I have not even gotten the boat into trolling mode, and we've already caught a Vendus. So, cast out, immediately had that hooked on. Looks like I'm starting up a little bit early, not getting my happy hour bonus today. I'm okay with that, since really I shouldn't be getting that anyway. It is New Year's fair time, so that's the only reason I have happy hour on this account right now anyway. So I'm all right with not getting that today, since I recorded yesterday's episode a little bit late. So my thought here is I've got about a day and a half of boat time left. I'm going to go until I either get 100 fish or run out of boat time. So I've got the Vico on rod 1. Let's just do it this way. This is rod 2, so I got the spiker number 2005 over here on rod 2. And on rod 1, I've got the Vico 8G003 set up right now. There is a 800 gram grayling order that will expire in just under a day, so about 3 a.m. tomorrow in game. That will expire, so if I do get one of those, I will probably swing in and sell it overnight. Because that is, I believe it was 30-40 silver for that. And then my thought kind of long term here is I do want to go to Mosquito and do the float fishing New Year's gifts event. I'm debating on if I want to get premium for 3 days or whatever it is. Yeah, 3 days is the cheapest or the shortest you can go, just because there are premium bags. But what I'm thinking I'm going to do is just kind of power through that. Not necessarily off camera, but more in a time lapse type manner, just because it's something I wouldn't do normally on this account. To be honest, I'm a bit burnt out on that between spending an hour on that on my float fishing account last night and about 3 hours on it on my Steam account, and I still don't have on all the gifts on either of those accounts. So I'm thinking I may just record it but not have a lot of stuff, not have any commentary on it, just because it's not what I would typically do as a Spinfish account. Now, if I was playing for real, absolutely I'd do it. No, it would be, the way to play this game is to bottom fish and float fish and spin fish to kind of maximize everything, your best chance of getting all the fishes and all of that. So would I do it if I was playing just not focusing on spin fishing? Yes, I would. So, and I think I'd be dumb not to do it. So that's kind of my thought of what I'm gonna do. Thoughts on that? If you have any, I'm open to listen. I don't want you to miss anything. Definitely will record opening all the gifts, that type of thing, with commentary, but just the 3 to 4 hours of grinding, catching fish may not give commentary that whole time. Plus, I don't want to devote 3 to 4 episodes to that. So kind of my thought is record it and then 2x, 3x, 4x time, speed it up with some music or something like that. I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, just because it would be dumb not to do it. And plus, you can get some fun stuff. And if I were playing the game for real, definitely would be doing it. You know, I'm doing it on my Steam account, which is my fun account. I'm doing it on the float fishing account because it's float fishing. I'm actually thinking about doing it a little bit differently over there today than I did yesterday, just because trying to pull in as many fish as it looks like it's going to take without trying to make some silver is gonna not be fun. I pulled 200 fish out on my Steam account. Don't have all the gifts yet. Still have, I think, 5 to get with premium. I've got both the premium bags already on that account, though. Small perch. This might be our 800-gram grayling right here. It is. Nice. So tonight, when the sun goes down, we'll go sell that fish. Or if we get something a little bit smaller, we'll sell that one. It's a good Vindus. Another good Vindus. I did see some questions in the comments about can you use any spiker? Technically, you can. The best way that I like to do it is go look at the weekly records. So you go to weekly. A lot of times I'll switch to wherever I am in. It shouldn't really matter, but that's what I like to do. And then you can go and look and see here. Tunguska, they've been biting on this lure. You're going to get bigger ones there. Here's what char are biting on. A lot of kind of the expected stuff there. You will see a ton of mosquito for float fishing type fishes right now because everyone's over at Mosquito getting their Christmas gifts. Float fishing. So carp, perch, sleepers, chub to a degree because a lot of people will be using worm. But that's how I like to do it. The ones that usually work the best are either the 15 or the 16, which is what I have on this. I've got the 15 on this. It's the black spiker with no dots. The 16 is the one with dots. And then I believe it's the 18, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the 18 works pretty good. I like the 17 as well, too. I haven't bought it on this account. On another account, I've got a water body record fish here on Corey. And it's kind of a play account for me, so nothing I want to advertise. But that's been a good one for me as well. It used to be the 18 you couldn't get anywhere before Volkov, so that's why I got the 17. And then the kilos are good ones as well too, the kilo 4Gs. Just rip this fish in real quick because we're gonna have to turn around here in a second and I don't want to lose this Vindus, the perch or whatever it is. It was a decent Vindy. Nice Laker here. 2 kilo Laker. I can't remember if I noticed it before I recorded the last episode or not, but they did say chat is disabled. Chat is disabled for anyone that is on Mosquito right now. It's interesting. You will see everything said in any chat rooms you're in, so you people with premium can create chats. You can see the fish people catch in that chat room that are outside of Mosquito, but anything you catch, anything you do, or anything you say does not show up unless it's a weekly record, obviously, in your chat. So it was kind of weird. I was seeing some people talk, and when I responded, they never saw it on my Steam account, and we discovered that it was folks at Mosquito could see everything but not actually respond, which kind of makes sense. Again, everyone's at Mosquito. My guess is there's some sort of service for everything that happens at Mosquito, and with it being higher utilized than normal, they've disabled chat there. Welcome to someone who does IT hosting for a living. But when I was there on my flip fishing account, especially, it showed 0 people online. You would see no fish being caught. That was just dead silent, especially for a Sunday, because all the weekly records had just reset, and so they weren't displaying all of them yet either. It's a Laker or Savon? This is a big old Laker that just gave up right away. .2 kilo Laker that just gave up. I'll take that fish. So for the Aquilas, I know there's a fish over on one, but I'll grab it in a second. The Aquilas, I like the 4G004 for daytime and the 4G006 for nighttime. And then I like the Hunter 01, the Hunter 1003, and I believe the 002 is another one I like as well that I haven't bought on this account yet. It's the kind of light blue one. That's another old school lure that's worked well over the years. The orange one kind of works best on quarry char from my experience, and occasionally sevens and rainbows. Small Arctic char, I'll take it. So 13 minutes in, 17 fish, not bad since we started a little bit overnight. That's a sound I like to hear. Anytime my big rod's pull and drag, that's a good thing. It's not a good thing when I do a dumb and run into shore, though. If I had to guess, I'm going to say Arctic char. And probably 2 to 3 kilos right now. We'll see if that changes as we go. Wanted to take an opportunity to try and set the hook on that one since it's going to be on there for a little bit. Let's see if I can pull this one in quicker by chance. I don't think I can. Nope. I'd rather get this one. Gonna be a lot of noise for a bit. Right now, today's plans will be, or I guess the episodes that'll release for me will be the standard spin fishing and float fishing episode. Not planning on doing a Fish Online episode since I still need to finish all the gifts on my Steam account. And while that game's interesting, it's very arcadey, so I have to be in the right mood for it. And for me, the sounds in it are not very good. Not very realistic. When you've got a fish on, it doesn't sound like you have a guitar string. All the time. And the reels are very non-realistic to me. But I get it. I'm pretty sure that's developed by a single individual. So it is interesting, that game. When I was digging more and more into it, if you look at the Steam page, it says it'll release in late 2020 out of early access. Obviously, that didn't happen because it's still in early access and it's not 2020 anymore. Just wanted to get some slack out of 2 there. I'm still focusing on 1, but I was able to have a point where I could kind of orbit around where 1 was and get some of the slack out of 2. Because the more slack, it happened anyway. The more slack you have in the line, the easier it is for the fish to slip a hook, usually. Kind of had a feeling I was going to lose at least one of these. Yep, good old Arctic char here. 4 kilo Arctic char, I was wrong. Nice fish. Of course, I ran into the island. Just barely. Just that little tip of it. This one isn't darting around as much. Could still be an Arctic. might be an orange boy though. Or normal char. Not really in where I caught normal char before, so. But there was a fish migration last week, so who knows? And I haven't done a lot of char fishing outside of this account. At quarry, at least. That's another Arctic. A little bit smaller. Probably 3.2. Nice fish. Curious, what are the weekly records for Arctic's been? A lot bigger. Let's see what we got here. It looks like an eyed. Swims like an eyed. It is an eyed. Decent laker. Might be a grayling over there on 2. Pull this 1 kilo Arctic in. Ooh, 1.7. Even bigger than I thought. And let's see what this is. Either a small grayling or a big Vendy, and it's grayling. I will probably, when I do go float fish, I will probably drop both reels off for repairs. I think I've got another rod, or another reel for this rod ready to go. But the line's a little worn out, and hopefully soon we're not going to need this. This will be rod 3 for us soon, hopefully. Basically, rod 1 will become rod 2. I'll buy a new rod and reel for rod 1 soon. And that's how I like to do it. For some reason, I like my best rod and reel to be rod 1, my second best to be 2, and my third to be 3. Later on, on my Steam account, rod 1 and 2 are the exact same, just because you get to a point where you got to grind up 14,000 silver to upgrade, and you just need the bigger equipment to pull the fish in to do so. So the HSV we'll buy for rod 1 will last us for quite a while. on my Steam account. I'm a level 32. I honestly just bought those HSVs on that account. I probably could have held out a little bit longer and bought one Venga to start with, but decided to go and get two HSVs instead. I had a Titan, which I like that reel up until you have to repair it, and then it's very expensive to repair compared to the HSVs. I'm pretty sure the HSVs weren't in the game when I was playing in the past. They're somewhat new addition. The HSVs are, I think, 15.4. They're either 15.4 or 15.8 friction brake, and then somewhere around 30 for the mechanism. So they will last us for quite a while. You can do carp fishing with them. They're a little slow for that, but I've had a lot of fun on bear on that account. Carp fishing with them. You can do amber with them as well too. You can do fin fishing at Volkov, at Tunguska, pretty much anywhere with them. Gotta be a little bit careful if you hook some of the big sturgeons. It won't be fun, but it won't be fun no matter what you hook big sturgeons on. Big salmon can be a lot of fun. I hooked a 12 kilo salmon at Volkov on my HSVs. Granted, it was pretty worn out HSV, and 10 to 15% worn already. So that was a good 10-minute fight to bring it in. Especially since I got to a point where I couldn't chase it. There's a footbridge to cross that you can walk across, and for some reason the boat just wouldn't. You can get through, but you have to have your boat perfectly lined up, and somehow my boat would not line up whatsoever. Later on I found out it had at least a 10 to 15 degree kind of, it wasn't going straight by 10 to 15 degrees. I don't know if that happened when, but the fish ended up pulling me alongside at footbridge and pulling me so I couldn't go through. Ended up dropping the anchor and just cranking on the fish till it came in. That was fun. I was also a 70 silver fish. Couple of good Lakers there while I was rambling. Another one on the right here. Another 3 kilo Laker. Looks like a decent perch over on rod 2. I was wrong. Well, it was a perch. It was not a decent one. I was expecting 400 to 500 grams. I like the looks of this. This may be a little bit better. Greyhound, Grayling to turn in for the order. Might be a little small. Yeah, it is. Dang it. All right. Another smaller fish here. Looks like a Vendus. It is a Vendus. It was a marker at least. I didn't expect that. So 33 fish, 31 minutes. Not bad. Especially since we've hooked some pretty decent fish. Ooh, this one's actually probably a good grayling. 1.5. Yep. There's a good 20, 25 silver. Bit of a risk here. I think we'll keep the fish on 2. In that time, we'll see. Surprised it hadn't tightened back up yet. There we go. Did I lock this reel? Yes, good. Looked like a Laker there. We went super fish. Come on, fishy fish. It's probably Laker. Either that or it's a trophy grayling. Sorry about that. Was eating a Snickers bar earlier, and right as I was talking there, a peanut that evidently got caught in my teeth fell down my throat. I choked on it because I didn't expect it. I could go edit the sounds out there, but I don't care enough. When I first started, I actually had the voice audio go into a whole separate track so I could just strip out the voice audio if I needed to, but got to be too much of a pain. And YouTube didn't take it clean. I'd have to remux everything and rerun it through things. It was just a pain. Added 20 minutes to every episode, so wasn't worth the time in my book. That's a great name on that weekly pike. Bored, so I'm doing this. Pull this perch in real quick. I think this is probably like a 3 to 4 kilo lake trout, is my guess. Wrong button. Tried to zoom. I don't think we've seen this one jump though, which is interesting. Usually lake trout would have jumped by now. Another small Vendus here. The marker though, so I'll take it. That's a Laker. I can see it. No, you don't, fish. 2.8 kilo Laker. Tiny Arctic char here. With it being a cold day and rainy, I'm not surprised my comfort's low. And me forgetting to drink tea and eat the thermos. Another marker Vindy. A lot of times you'll see me kind of pitch my nose up at the end of catching a fish. That's to swing it into me so I don't have to put the net out. I'll just push the mouse up right as I'm about to bring the fish in. Like right there. And it'll swing it towards me. Pretty much right as I get the tail out of the water, I like to try and swing it like that. Think of it, you just lift the rod up a little bit higher over your head in real life and gravity does its thing. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna stay here. And get around this tree, great. If not, since I'm making progress, I'm just gonna catch the fish. Whoa, evidently did make a little bit of progress to get around the stump, but then I think I hit the wall. Ooh, nice 7. 1.5 kilo 7. Hold up my catch that net there to look at how much weight we've got. Seems like it's been a pretty good weight day. Big perch. At least it looks like one. Yeah, wasn't as big as I thought. We've got 48 kilos for our max weight in a day. 4, 7, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 24, 26, 28, 29, 30, 41. Now we're going to be pretty close today. Obviously, that was very, very rough. Rough counting, but could be pretty valid. I think we're in the 42 to 45 kilo range right now. And this fish will help increase that. This one's probably 1.5 to 2. Pretty much right on. I'm at kind of 42.5 counted kilos, so I'm going to say 45, 46 really. I looked at every fish over a kilo. 46 fish too, not bad at all. That let go. Looks like a small Vendus. It's a decent. Nope, it's a small Vendus. I do want to head towards the dock here in a second and go drop one of the big graylings off. But I also kind of want to make a run past this 13-meter hole for a second. Medium Vendus. Medium small Vendus, really. Decent Arctic, I think. I think it's a marker. Arctic are hard to tell. Yeah. Partially because their marker is so big. Small Vendus, I think. Yeah. Nice Vendus. Small. Let me make sure I'm not insane on my boat ticket here. Yeah, got 19 hours on it, so I'll probably keep going. Like I mentioned at the start of the episode, go a little bit long today. Use that up, and then tomorrow go knock out some float fishing. And part of the reason I say that is the boat time will tick down even if you're not in the boat. So once you start using a boat, that starts the timer of in-game time. This is a good laker. So I paid for that boat time, I might as well use it. My other thought is that lets me go look at equipment, maybe buy some of it so we know exactly how much we're gonna spend and how much we need to save. I could price it all out and have that, but I know it's in the 5,000 range and we're close. 4,500 to 5,000. Mainly because the HSV itself, the caliber HSV, is a 2850 silver, 2850. I'm thinking probably Siberia Model 1 for the rod, and that's around 1200 if I remember correctly. 1150 to 1200. So there's 4,000, 4,100, and then we'll need line, leader. So there's another 150, 200. So that gets us close to 4,500. Plus, I'd like to repair rod 1, reel 1, probably both actually, the rod and the reel, and probably buy some new line for it. So just start fresh. Well, we may not get the grayling order. It's going to depend on if I can pull this fish in. It's about 3 a.m. that it expires. Non-marker Laker. I thought it was bigger than that. If I do catch this fish, I will probably speed it over to the dock instead of trolling to the dock. This trolling is about as slow as you can go. Holding W by itself will be a little bit faster, and then holding Shift W will be twice as fast as that. So we have not worn this fish out at all. And it's out running us, going right at it. It's pulling drag while we're going right at it. This might be a 7. And again, it's very early in the week. It's Monday afternoon, about 5 o'clock Central, or about 5 o'clock Eastern. So that's why you're seeing all the weekly records. They just reset yesterday. Can't tell if that's just a Laker or if it's a 7. Hope it's a 7. I think it's just a Laker though. No, it's a 7. You can tell it's a Savan by the spots. Or as I'll call it, a 7 quite often. Ah, so close to having it above water there. And if we get it before 2:30ish, I think we can get back to the cafe in time for the grayling order. That's a big if right now. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Give up. Give up, fish. Well, I was wrong. Thought it was using the friction of the boat traveling against me, but it wasn't. I was thinking I could pull it in if I stopped the trolling motor. Pretty sure we're not going to get the grayling order. Can't remember if it was 3 or 4 a.m., but I think it was 3 a.m. that it expired. That's unfortunate. I will still probably speed back to the cafe to look if we get it in the next few minutes. Oh, come here, 7. Come on, 7. Stay above water. Stay above water. Stay above water. Gotcha. Ooh, 4 kilo. 7. Personal record for the maximum weight caught. I'm gonna reel this puppy in while turning around, just because I don't want something to grab it and me going full speed, putting extra strain on my equipment. And let's see if we can't get back in time. I don't think we will. I think it was 3:30. I think it was between 3 and 4 that it expired, but I gotta try. It was actually a new one, so it did expire. Since there's 5 days, I'm actually going to hold off, see if we can't catch a smaller one. Overall, I'm happy with today. And we got almost 51 kilos of fish. Some good fish too. If we sort by weight here, both of these are 20 to 30 at least. This might even be 40. Probably 10 there, 10 to 15 there, 10, 10-ish. These are 15 to 20 for both of those. One of them will be 30 because we'll sell it over to the cafe. So overall, I'm happy. And if this one was a little bit bigger, need to stuff some lead down it. That would have been nice. It looks like a small Vendy. Just big enough to be a marker, though. And again, marker, tag, whatever you want to call that green check mark. I see it both ways. I call them markers. Then at a certain weight for every fish, that becomes a trophy symbol. I'll call that a trophy. And then at another weight, that becomes a rare trophy or a blue trophy. And those are, just like they sound, very rare. And basically each time you cross one of those thresholds, the fish is worth twice as much. So no marker to marker, it's worth at least twice as much. Marker to trophy, it's worth at least twice as much. And then trophy to blue trophy, it's worth another twice as much. So I've got like a blue trophy Vendis can be worth 30, 40 silver for 800 grams. Decent Laker here. Just barely a marker though. Can't remember. Do I actually have points? I do not. That's right. I put them into using a spoon. Probably my next points will be to fill out spoon and wobbler and then standard jigging. Maybe topwater or wacky rig as well. See. And then sooner or later, I need to grind up lure making and putting points into. I think you can put points into the wood lures, especially since this account probably won't have a lot of bottom fishing, float fishing points used. Let's see if I'm right there. Making lures. Yeah, excellent minnows. You can put 5 points into that. Which I believe gives you a better chance to get a better quality. One. Yeah. So again, I know we're over an hour. We're gonna go a little bit long today. I just want to use up this boat completely. I do have my emergency 1-day ticket if we need it. Honestly, if we get to under an hour, in-game hour, and don't have a fish on, I'll just head back. It's one of those I honestly hope to never have to use that 1-day ticket, but it's there if I need it. Rainbow. 1.427 rainbow. Not bad. So we've got, helps if I hit the button I wanted to. Eleven and a half hours, so 7, 6, 6:30-ish, 18:30-ish would be when that expires. Nice, Ventus, 300 gram. Another good Vendy. Venduses, Vendy, whatever. Small grayling, very small grayling. Nice number of fish caught for the day. Or for the episode, I guess, since it's longer than a day. Look. Four-legged thing just half woke up, rolled upside down, put his head on my hand, and is now asleep again. Going back to dreaming of reindeers in his tummy. That was not what I thought it was. I thought that was a huge Vendus. Instead, it was a small 7. Another thing I just thought of, if I'm going to be going after the gifts, I probably will need to get some better float rods, because I bet all I have for telesticks is the free starting one. So I may have to spend 150, 300 silver to get a couple of walrus sticks. Yeah, I just have the basic telly stick. And I could get the bamboo rod, but I don't think that's going to support pulling in those fish. The starter telestick does. I've actually used it. A little bit close, but 150 silver will make that back just in getting the fish. So I think I'll probably buy at least one walrus rod, maybe 2. And that's the, I think it's a starter plus float kit. I'll look at the start kit as well and see if it makes more sense. That's another thing I gotta keep in mind, is acquiring that. Marker Vendus. The killing frog catching minnows. That just seems perfect. Just had to untangle my beard where it froze. We're still pretty cold. We had a little bit of snow and ice overnight, but nothing major. But I made the mistake of taking the dog for WALK yesterday and today after taking a shower, and wet beard froze in the cold. Luckily, it didn't freeze. It froze bad enough that it could have, but luckily it didn't actually crack. Right now I've got a pretty good beard. Let's just say I haven't trimmed my beard since COVID started. So 2.5, almost 3 years now. Another good Vindy. Another good Vindy, it looks like. Nope, that was a small lake trout. Unfortunately, at that size, they look about... Hello! They look about the same. I noticed the strain as I was putting that reel down. Thought it was just as I'm putting the reel down thing, but nope, got a bite as I tried to set the reel in the rod pod. Looks like a pretty decent laker. Yep, 2.8 kilo laker. We still have about 8 hours of boat time. Another good 7. Looks like we're going to end up about halfway to level 22 at the end of today, too. Dog is upside down. His tail has curled back up to his hind legs. Was wagging in his sleep. Having a good night. He's having a good dream. I still say it's about eating reindeer and someone with a large red suited butt munching on that with the time of year it is. Even though there's not a chimney for Santa to come down. Yep, he is out cold. You can feel his eyes and kind of chin twitching in his sleep. His head's on my hand. Which I'm not gonna lie, makes fishing difficult right now. He's got just enough of weight on my hand that moving my thumb to hit the button to put the rod down is a little uncomfortable. Couple of decent perch here. Should be about 7 hours left on the boat ticket. Let me make sure my math was correct earlier. About 7 hours. It's closer to 1800 than 1830. Nice rainbow. I'm an idiot. Luckily I saw the line acting weird here. I had not locked the reel, so this fish had been pulling on the line without actually having any resistance on it. Small grayling. Very small grayling. Probably one of the smallest graylings I've ever caught. Ooh, we only have room for 9 more fish. We may not make it to closing time. If I fill up my catch net, I'm going to call it there too. I didn't realize we were as full as we were there. Nice 7, 92. I think the mic picked up that dog snore. Yep. Small Vindy. Been a good holiday day for me. Woke up late. The four-legged thing let me sleep in a little bit. Another decent 7. 94. 95. Looks like 96 as well. So 4 more fish, or about 5 hours, 5.5 hours. And really, that's 96 fish in under 90 minutes. And we're halfway to 22. Well, 98, 99 over on 2. So more than likely, this rod will not be cast back out. And if rod 1 gets a bite, we'll pull it in and not cast it back out. Oh, fish got away on 2. That's unfortunate. I didn't think I would get enough slack just setting it down for it to do that, but it did. So gotta reel it in because it took out a lot of line. Then recast it out, and whichever one hooks, we reel the other one in immediately. Actually, that's pretty close to where I want it anyway. And there it is. One's small enough. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around. Obviously the dog woke up, hopped off the couch for a second. Is that a pike? That is a pike. So 100 fish in under 90 minutes. Not bad. I'm going to guess about 200 silver over at the fish market. We'll see. And then we'll come over to the cafe, see what we can sell. 250 silver, not bad at all. 7 was 36, Arctic was 22. The graylings are 15 each. Rainbows were pretty decent there. Lakers weren't too bad either. So, and then getting into the Venduses, Vindy, whatever. I mean, 4.62 for a 300 gram fish, not bad. So let's go see what we end up with over here. I think we only have the grayling order. No crucians, no gibbles, no pellets, no crucians, no burbots. You have the 800 gram grayling, so we'll sell the 12 for 30. No bream, no brown trout, no bream, no trophy rainbows. So not bad at all. So 30 silver over there. We still probably have 230 over here. Yep. So 264 silver today. We're up to 4,200. Probably a little short of being able to acquire everything I need, especially if I'm going to have to buy a bigger float rod. But I think that sets us up well to go over to Mosquito, get that knocked out tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So I appreciate everyone watching. Hope you all have a good one. Hope you all have good tight lines. Get some good stuff from the presents if you're playing around now. And we will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye now.